It's been over a year since I made a video on how the HOROW T38 smart toilet changed my life as someone who suffers from IBS and dumps more logs than a failing hard drive. And one of the main concerns I had before traveling into the space-age era of comfortable pooping was how reliable it was going to be. And I'm sorry to say, it's been absolutely perfect. And I'm only sorry to say this because it's ruined every other toilet for me. We have been to hell and back together. I brought the chaos, it brought the peace treaty. Undefeated, unclogged, semper fiber. So when HOROW reached out to me asking if I'd review their new model that features a foaming system that masks the smell of your radioactive nuggets, of course I said yes. And here it is. The HOROW T38P, a smart toilet that doesn't connect to the internet, won't steal your data, and is actually repairable in the event something does break. Now this new model isn't just an upgrade, it's a promotion. First off, they raised the stakes, literally. This bad boy is an inch taller than the T38, coming in at 17.3 inches, which makes it fully ADA compliant. ADA stands for Americans with Disabilities Act, but in this house, it stands for Absolute Dump Advantage. My tall friend's knees are no longer tucked into their armpits, and I can pretend I'm taller. But the foam shield is the real game changer here. This thing dispenses a thick, magical layer of foam into the bowl before you proceed to punish the porcelain. It serves a few purposes. It traps the odor of your troops beneath a prison of bubbles. It completely eliminates the dreaded Poseidon's kiss, that icy splash of water that ruins your day. It silences the splash, suffocates the stink, and prevents spray from when you flush. You just pour the foam in by removing the glass panel and pulling out the stopper.
Drink up, my precious.
And the toilet lets you know how full it is. It's stored in the tank you see here, and each 480 milliliter bottle lasts 250 uses, which equates to around 2 to 4 months of daily use, depending on how often you use it. It's off by default, and you can either have it activate automatically, or do it manually by pressing the posterior wash button on the included remote, which is what I do. The foam is sold separately and costs $49 for a pack of 2 bottles, which is reasonable considering it will last you basically half a year if you use it every day. Besides the foam, the other features of this model are nearly identical to the T38. It includes a nearly identical remote that controls all the functions, and the toilet itself retains the sci-fi features that make me feel like I'm pooping on the Starship Enterprise. It has the fancy lights on the back that you can change colors to match the seasons. You have verdant green for spring, sky blue for summer, sunset orange for autumn, and snow white for winter. You can just choose which one you want to show, or disable them entirely if you want to go stealth mode. It also has a night light in the bowl to help you target your stream during those 3 AM missions, which you can also disable. The lid still pops open automatically, like it's greeting an old friend, so you don't have to touch anything with your hands. And when it closes, it does so as quietly as possible. Minimizing noise was definitely one of HOROW's priorities with this toilet, because even though it has a powerful flush, it's still quieter than a regular toilet. Even though the motor is 100 watts, the flush is less than 50 decibels. And the fact it takes a few seconds to flush after you do a number 1 is nice, because it gives you time to close the door and helps stay as quiet as possible. The kick button flush is still here and has held up great on my T38. Kick it once, the lid opens. Kick it twice, the seat raises. Kick it 3 times, the seat and lid will close, and the toilet will flush. And for number 2, as soon as your butt touches the seat, it wets the sides of the bowl with water to prevent sticking. And just a note, that sensor sticker does peel off. And once you've successfully deployed the payload, the toilet handles the retreat automatically. It also has a dual flush mode, which helps save water by only using a small amount to flush if you use the kick button for a number 1. And if the seat senses your glorious presence for more than 2 minutes, it knows to use the full flush when you stand up. And remember, you don't have to worry about leftovers with that full flush, because the pre-wet feature I mentioned earlier prevents stragglers from sticking to the sides of the bowl. But during the entire time I've owned the T38, I've never had anything stick to the bowl. And the T38P has an even more powerful motor that has a MAP, or maximum performance, of 1,000 grams. For all you non-toilet spurts, MAP is a score that signifies how much flushing power a toilet has, with 1,000 grams being the absolute best. It means this toilet can flush 2.2 pounds in a single go. That's a lot of shit. This power makes sure the bowl stays as clean as it smells. And speaking of which, in addition to the foam helping suppress the stench, there's a built-in deodorizer that turns a biological weapon into a botanical garden. The fan kicks on when you sit and shuts off when you leave. But before you leave, you can press this button to initiate the bidet. It has a fully customizable temperature, direction, and power, so you can dial in a precision airstrike of cleanliness. No more wiping with paper like some kind of caveman. This nozzle is detachable and easily cleanable. And after you're all clean, there's a warm air dryer that kicks on by pressing the dryer button. Or you can do all of this with a single button press right here with the side button, where it will wash, dry, and flush. Or you can long press it for 3 seconds to just activate that comforting warm air dryer, because no one likes cold cheeks. And thankfully, this throne from the gods has a built-in seat warmer with different temperature modes. So even in the coldest New England winter days, my buns stay nice and toasty. If you couldn't tell already, this ability to customize basically everything is huge and is the main theme of the toilet. But what's the point of all this customization if you lose power? Thankfully, you can grab a battery backup in the rare event a power loss happens and you get sent back to the dark ages. It's super easy to install. Just plug it into the wire in the back, screw the connector on, and place it anywhere where there's space. You should definitely install the battery before installing the toilet, but the installation was honestly just as easy. Just remove it from the cardboard box it's shipped in by lifting it straight up off the styrofoam. Then line up the drainage hole using this nifty little cardboard diagram, mark where the screws will be, drill, align the flange and mount the blocks, place the flange into the sewage outlet, tighten it with the screws, and boom! Prep work on the floor is done. Next up on the toilet itself, just place the wax ring on the drain hole, line it up with the flange you just put in, screw in the sides to secure it, and then cover it up with the cap. To connect it to the water supply, just attach the hose and the included T-valve, tighten it up, and make sure to use gaskets or Teflon tape to prevent leakage, and you're all done. That's it. As for the remote, you can mount it wherever is convenient. This was way easier than mounting a TV. Just drill 2 holes, knock in the anchors, install the holder, screw it in, install the batteries in the remote, and that's it. You're done. Last but not least, the rear display. It's basically a Tamagotchi for your butt. It uses emojis to communicate. You get a closing icon for the lid, a whirlpool for the flush, and a UV symbol when it's blasting bacteria with ultraviolet light. But my personal favorite is the winky face, which gives me the validation I desperately crave after a long session. It also displays the temperature settings, which you control via the remote. Now, to sum this all up, if you want the very best smart toilet money can buy, grab the T38P. If you don't need the foam or the more powerful flush, and are looking to keep it under $1,000, stick with the T38. But no matter which you choose, if you want to save 20% off a toilet that has more features than its competitors that are 4 times more expensive, use my code SALEMTechSperts after clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment. This toilet is the real deal. It's changed my life, and I'm proud to have HOROW as my partner. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and as always, I appreciate you watching.